The Pittsburgh Steelers may have just fixed Justin Fields. And head coach Mike Tomlin, he just told the media as well, it's very much a competition for the starting quarterback spot. What's up? This is Sports Talk Steelers. I'm Sean. Hey, really young, new channel here. Hit the subscribe button. It would really help out a lot, and I'd appreciate it. So here's the first shot fired. Justin Fields is going to start Friday against the Texans, and Wilson, he's not even going to dress for the game due to the lingering calf injury. I mean, whatever staffer had a QB pushing a sled, he should be relieved of duty. But former Bears quarterback Justin Fields, he appears to be creating a heightened quarterback competition in Pittsburgh with the Steelers, and also perhaps the most important part of Fields' game may now be fixed. That's his footwork, and more on that in just a bit. So this is turning into an all-out battle here. On the Dan Patrick Show, we had Louis Riddick talking on the Dan Patrick Show, and this is what he had to say. I have a feeling based on my conversations that if Justin can continue to ascend like this, how he's looking in practice, he's going to start week 1. He's going to be the opening day starter. And then on top of this, let's do a little detour. Many outlets are saying something. Let's hear a little more from Pittsburgh Post-Gazette's Brian Batko, and then I'm going to talk about Brandon Aiyuk for a second. Here's from Brian Batko. You see the talent jumping out at you, some of the throws he's able to make, some of the bursts that he shows when he gets out of the pocket. You can see why he's got so many tools, so many physical traits that make him a tantalizing player still even after 3 up and down years in Chicago. And to take it further, and I quote, his accuracy is better than I anticipated. His touch, better than I anticipated. And let's get to a little Brandon Aiyuk thing, and then we'll get back to Fields. A lot of outlets are saying that Brandon Aiyuk is going to get his wish. According to Andrew Filipponi on 93.7, The Fan in Pittsburgh, the San Francisco 49ers have a verbal agreement in place to send the disgruntled wide receiver to the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is a quote from him. All the terms of the deal and contract details are being hammered out right now. The wide receiver is coming to Pittsburgh. I mean, an update on this, several insiders, including Aiyuk's agent, have refuted the report that a trade deal has been done. I just did a story on Brandon Aiyuk yesterday, and there's just a lot of chaos in the Pittsburgh media, online rumors, but you better believe in a Mike Tomlin locker room. The waters are smooth. They are in control. And let's let the Aiyuk situation play out. There seriously isn't a way to know right now, so I'm just going to move on. I only want to deal in actual facts, and this just can't be substantiated. So, but I still wanted to address it. Day to day, there is new stuff coming out. So let's get back to Fields. So as Fields continues his battle against Russell Wilson for the starting spot, head coach Mike Tomlin, he talked to the media on Wednesday, and he talked about the fight to be the Steelers quarterback is still a competition. This is here directly from Mike Tomlin. And I'm going to go to this story here on Steelers Depot. Talks a lot about this stuff, but let's hear from Tomlin. It's very much a competition. Whatever happens in the stadium is weighted heavier than what happens in a practice setting because it's more game-like. So the Russell Wilson being in pole position language, it's no longer there, right? And with a good preseason performance, the lead will definitely change here. And I mean, why shouldn't have Wilson started in the lead for this job, right? He's a much more proven signal caller than Fields. The Steelers favored him early on in this offseason, and I don't blame them. But when Wilson went down with calf tightness, Fields, he absolutely impressed. He worked with the starting unit all through training camp so far. Accurate deep throws, quick throws to slants, a good avoidance of sacks, good movement and throws on the run. I mean, he hasn't been perfect. He's still been doing the Fields thing that every 10th throw, you're like, what was that? That does happen, but he's just taking advantage of the opportunity, and his talent is showing through big time. And these weird throws that you get from him once in a while, they're not really happening lately. And that's a really good thing, a really good sign of growth. And Fields has impressed Tomlin with this competitive spirit. He's just a good locker room guy. And this is to hear more from Tomlin. I think he just comes to compete every day. He's got an awesome competitive spirit. We've got a competitive environment, and it seems like he's actually enjoying it. He's doing a really good job of acclimating himself to it and his teammates and just letting his talent show. You guys give Steelers Depot your eye. They are a great source. So one of the points of emphasis, right? One of the points of emphasis the Steelers have made in Fields' development is his footwork. And there's being a lot of indications that this is actually fixed. And that is crazy. He was notorious for poor footwork when he was with the Bears. As a Bears guy, no. When he got to Pittsburgh, he changed his starting stance in the shotgun formation. He switched feet leading into that. So, and this is what I've been preaching this whole time. The problem with this player, it all comes down to the footwork. It's not necessarily what receivers he has. It's not necessarily this position that he's been in. It's all rooted in his footwork. And I've been saying, fix this, and it's a whole new story. That's why I love hearing the following from Tomlin. He since reported that he feels Fields has improved his footwork since coming into town. He just had to focus on his footwork in the pocket, body balance, posture in which he throws from. That's been a point of emphasis for him going into the offseason. And I've just seen the fruit of that labor from the attention he's given it. So to Tomlin's note about weighing the pregame reps versus practice reps, Fields will get a couple series with the Steelers starters, and that's going to be Friday against the Texans, the first preseason game. And Tomlin also announced that Wilson will not play with an injury once again, presumably the calf tightness that he experienced earlier in camp by doing the ridiculous thing of pushing his sled. So the big question is, can Fields come away with an edge in the competition? Can this come from Friday's preseason game against the Texans? What is it going to take for good performances to solidify his spot as QB1 for the Pittsburgh Steelers? Tomlin mentioned a lot of ways that he's been improving. Tomlin mentioned his footwork being so better. And this is also coming with the Pittsburgh Steelers being without 7 players for the preseason opener against the Houston Texans. And the guys that are out include TJ Watt, Alex Highsmith, Patrick Queen, Cam Hayward, Minka Fitzpatrick. And it's kind of like they've dealt with minor injuries throughout training camp. Some of it's a veteran's exemption to give them some extra rest. But no matter what happens, the Steelers are going to host the Texans at 7 p.m. Eastern on Friday, August 9th. And that's going to be at Acrisure Stadium. It's the first of 3 preseason games for Pittsburgh, including 2 home games, with the next coming against the Buffalo Bills. And I'm excited to watch this game. I'm excited to watch Peyton. I'm excited to watch Peyton. I'm excited to watch our running backs, see how that's shaking out. But I'm really looking forward to seeing Justin Fields, how he performs, how he can redeem himself from his years in Chicago, and how he could be the franchise quarterback of this team. You guys let me know what you think. It's so good spending this offseason with you, and I can't wait for Friday. It's going to come up tomorrow. See ya.